At dawn, off a tiny Italian island, a giant, brand-new cruise ship lay on its side in the calm, shallow water. A city of steel, brand new, tipped over a stone's throw from the shore. She had radar, satellite navigation, and every safety system the modern age could give her. The sea that night was flat and quiet. The reef she hit was a documented hazard, marked on the coastal navigation charts for those waters. 32 people did not come home, and almost none of it should have happened. It was the 13th of January, 2012. The Costa Concordia had left port that evening with more than 4,000 people aboard. Passengers at dinner, a band playing, the first night of a week-long Mediterranean cruise. She was nearly 300 meters long, 13 decks high, less than 6 years old. There was nothing unusual about the voyage at all. For the next few hours, everything about the ship worked exactly as it was designed to. The problem was never the ship. The problem was a decision. As the ship passed the island of Giglio, her captain ordered her off the safe, programmed route, and turned her toward the shore. A maneuver sailors call a salute, bringing a great ship in close to show her off, to sound her horn for the people on the island. It was not an emergency. It was not required. It was a display. And it took a giant ship, carrying 4,000 lives, into shallow water it was never meant to enter, in the dark, at speed. Close to the rocks, the captain called for a turn to swing clear. But the order and the response did not match, a fatal confusion on the bridge in those final seconds. And by the time the wheel came round, it was too late. Her late turn swung the hull into the rock, and the reef raked along her port side below the waterline, tearing open a gash some 50 meters long. Seawater poured into the engine rooms, the generators drowned, and the lights went out. In a matter of minutes, a fully functioning cruise liner had become a powerless hull drifting toward the island in the dark. Now the clock that mattered began. A ship taking on water needs its people off fast. The law expects everyone in lifeboats within 30 minutes of the order. But for more than an hour, no such order came. Passengers were told it was an electrical fault, that all was under control, even as the deck tilted under their feet. When the order to abandon ship finally came, the ship had already leaned too far. Lifeboats on one side could no longer be launched. What should have taken half an hour took 6. And somewhere in that chaos, the man responsible for every life on board left the ship. While hundreds of passengers were still trapped on the tilting decks, the captain made his way into a lifeboat and went ashore. He would later say he fell into it, that he was made a scapegoat, that a miscommunication had caused the collision. But the record established in court was simpler and harder. He had taken his ship off its route to show off, and then he had left his passengers behind. What happened next was recorded, and it became famous across the world. An officer of the Italian Coast Guard, reaching the captain by phone as he sat safe in a lifeboat, ordered him, again and again, to go back to his sinking ship and take charge of the evacuation. "Get back on board," he told him. The captain did not go back. People were still trapped and dying aboard the ship. In the end, 32 would not survive, the youngest a 5-year-old girl. 100 meters from shore, on a calm night, on a ship that had every warning it needed. For 20 months, the wreck lay on its side against the island, a 114,000-ton monument to a single night. And then engineers did something never done before at that scale. They built an underwater cradle of steel, fixed huge tanks to the exposed hull, and slowly, over 19 hours, rolled the entire ship upright, the largest operation of its kind in history. Refloated on its own buoyancy, the Concordia was towed away to be broken up for scrap. The island was given back its sea. The Costa Concordia was not sunk by a storm, or a war, or a hidden flaw in her steel. She was a seaworthy ship, destroyed by a choice, a moment of vanity, then an hour of denial, then a man who saved himself first. The captain is serving a 16-year sentence in an Italian prison, and more than 10 years on, the footage from that night is filling screens again. We keep coming back to it, because it is the most frightening kind of disaster there is. Not the one nature sends us, but the one we build ourselves and could have stopped at any moment, and didn't.